Hello and welcome back to another video. This will be the third installment of the learning the Multisig Smart Contract for the Elrond network. In this one, we're going to primarily focus on how to interact with the Multisig Smart Contract on the Maiar Exchange, and that way we can kind of see how we can go beyond just minting tokens, sending coins and tokens back and forth between wallets, and actually getting our smart contract, our multi-sig smart contract, to act as our intermediary wallet, a more secured wallet that needs a vote of consensus to interact and invest and to stake and things like that in the Maiar blockchain. Um, Without further ado, we can go ahead and get started here. Now, for this example, what I want to actually do is, prior in the last videos, I mentioned how by default when minting smart contracts, they're usually defaulted to be non-payable. And we see this here in our previous example. You'll see that the previous example that we were working on only is upgradable and readable, but the payable functionality and payable by smart contract is disabled. We have to pass these arguments um, in order to activate or turn this on during the time of minting. We could probably upgrade it to be payable, but for now we'll just go ahead and create a new contract from scratch. Okay. So we'll start off with this command here, and as I mentioned before, in this video too, I wanted to show you how to automatically deploy a smart contract without the need of always redundantly having to pass in these arguments here. So let me go ahead and take time to show you here. There we are. And let's see. Just have to grab a reference real quick. Doesn't look like that one was it. Yeah. So you pretty much have to make sure that this file is, you know, installed in the same directory as the smart contract. you can pretty much tell where the smart contract is. Usually, the way I do it is I see um, this cargo toml and Elrond JSON in there. That's usually what I look for. So you can see that I created that here. Out file is going to go here. Atoms, the wallet. Okay, we're using the wall zone. And here's some of the arguments here. Now let's just to be sure, make sure we got multisig. Wallets. Let's see, Atom. Okay. Candy. Good George. And Patty. So these will be the wallets and 3 voters there. So got the gas. Alright, I think everything looks good. So close the pen file. So now instead of having to type up all this gobbledygook right here, right? We essentially don't need to do this. So this is just my constructor reference. So what I'm going to do is, since I already added these addresses and the arguments, I'm just going to get rid of that. In fact, I can get rid of everything here. Actually, you had them payable to. Yep. And smart contract payable. Okay, that looks good. So I can get rid of that as well. Get rid of all this. The proxy as well, and requirements is set. So as you can see, it's very bare. Send true, gas, recall not see. Alright. Now, I think I have to be inside the directory to get it to run. So I'm in the YouTube demo, so I'm going to cd into multisig, and then run the command. It should detect the RD.py.json file. And it looks like not, so maybe we'll take a step back, maybe, or see. Oh, it's 2 folders deep. Contracts, multisig, multisig, multisig. Yeah, I have to be in another directory. Let's try it again now. Multisig, okay. YouTube demos, multisig, right? We're inside the multisig. And the ERD Pi is right there. So I'm wondering why this doesn't work. I'll probably have to build it one more time. Maybe if we build it, it makes reference to the ERD Pi. I have no idea. I'm just kind of guessing here. You'll find that I do that a lot. I brute force it until I figure out how it works. Alright. Nope. Contract deploy. Yeah. Ledger. ERD Pi contract deploy. Yeah. I wonder if it's because it may be a couple directories back. One directory back. Wallets. Well, it sees it. So let's see. What I'm going to do is probably just copy this here. Call it multisig 2. Maybe because I already built this, compiled it, and pushed it out to blockchain. Maybe that's why it failed, but let's see what happens here. Hmm. Guess not, huh? Guess. Okay. So third time's a charm, huh? Now, I'm sure you could probably use a non-payable smart contract to interact with the Maiar Exchange. I don't know personally, but I found it very difficult to figure out how to pass in the deposit argument all the time. So I just figured, it's easier just to make it a payable smart contract. That way it's easier to just interact with the Maiar Exchange without having to fiddle around. It's already kind of difficult enough having to reverse engineer a lot of the um, test transactions I did with my personal wallet, the board member's wallet, the test wallet, to extract the hex data from all the transaction signing, um, and converting it into the multi-sig um, ERD commands. Alright, so let's try it again. See, I have all that, right? So maybe it wasn't, maybe it wasn't something wrong with, it's just not seeing this for some reason. Hmm. Hmm. So I put that there. Maybe I have to be a directory out. Hmm. Yep. Let's see. See. Yeah, so it sees the directory. What if I move this up a directory? No, something's wrong. Maybe I have to do this. Mm-mm. Does not look out. Funny. How do you output, right? Shady. Multisig 2. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so looks like I was somewhere in the multisig folder. Went inside there, deployed it. No, didn't work. So I did 2 steps back. Did that. Didn't work. For some reason it just didn't like it, huh? Well, I'm going to pause the video real quick while I figure this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I found what the issue was, and I'm not entirely sure here, so I'm going to start from scratch yet again. So, what I'm going to do is just paste the file there, delete this one, we'll still work off of this one. Alright, so let's clear this again. I think when I was passing in that variable, the verbose, it just got confused and didn't know what to do. I'm inside the multisig folder, alright? So, if you notice, if I do this, right? Don't think it likes it, right? But, if I remove that, see, it grabs all the variables that I passed through here, right? So, I think it just doesn't like this, unless, maybe, I do it at the end? Yeah, I guess maybe I have to put it at the end. Well, moving on. Let's see. Doesn't like it. We'll just get rid of it. There we are. Alright. So we got some more issues here, huh? Let's see. This contract address is in Explorer. Critical. CLI. Proxy request. Transaction data error. Transaction generation failed. Insufficient gas limit. Well, let's make this bigger. Let's try it again. Okay. Hash. Contract address is right there. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so we'll take a look. Actually, we can. I wonder. Didn't say I was a failure, but it says I got the contract, right? Not enough gas. interesting. I guess it didn't go. Not enough gas still? Huh. Let's give it that. Well, I guess that worked, huh? Jeez. Alright. So I guess this is the contract. Guess it was a lot. Yep. And there we are. You can see that now it's upgradable, readable, payable, and by smart contract. And Adam's the owner. It's a fresh new contract. Looking good. Finally, huh? Alright. So for the next section, we're going to do a couple of transfers here. So just like what I did in the previous videos that I've covered for ERDPi interacting with Maiar Exchange, we're just going to kick it up a notch, an extra layer, and follow somewhat the same runbook that we did in that video, but we're just doing it with the Multisig Smart Contract. So essentially we're following the same steps. We're going to, wrap egld into, wrap our egld to wrapped egld. Then take some of that and convert it to equal proportions of mechs, pair them together, and make an LP, stake the LP, and then work backwards to unstake the LP, decouple the LP pair, convert the mechs back into egld, and unwrap the egld back to regular egld. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin here. And after a while, it just becomes very redundant. So just bear with me here. Alright, so we're going to make a call here. Yeah. And then for the pen, let's grab this. So now, right, so we're calling contract to wrap it with the value. Okay. Now, just for the sake of the video here, I just want to show you, if you were working with, before you run this, you know, So this is the unpayable smart contract version. So if you are working with a multi-sig smart contract that's not payable, here's a little snippet that I found out. So you propose the action to transfer execute. You put in the argument here, the smart contract call, um, which I extracted from the Maiar Exchange. Um, if we go under with our personal wallets and do a test sample, so just to recap, pretty much did this, right? So every action that we're following here was just like in the other video I mentioned. So for example, if we swap, right? Hmm, it's weird. Everything's just acting kind of weird today. Wonder if Mercury's in retrograde. But anyway, I went on to here to wrap the egld and found what the data hex was and pretty much extracted that information out. So, that's how I kind of pieced together this stuff. But at the very end, you add the deposit because you have to pass this argument in there to force it to fund your non-payable multi-sig smart contract. All right, so we got this. Let's see if this works. Okay, wrap egld. Let's take a look. This is our thing. Smart contract. Looks like function not found, huh? Probably need to fund this. Hang on a second. And look back at my notes to grab the deposit command. To fund our smart contract. it. Let's see if this works now. There we are. That looks a lot better. So let's just update the smart contract here. Okay, we got our first transaction, or proposal. And it's going to be probably 1. 0, 1. Alright. So rinse and repeat. Let's see if we can do this. So we'll use candy. And, okay. So our first signing. And let's see. Perform action, sign, okay. Let's see if this works. I think we also have to update the contract here. Okay. Got a signature. And we got another signature. Alright. So now it's time to approve and perform the action. Okay. And there we are. So it interacted with the Maiar Smart Contract, converted one of our egolds to a wrapped egld. Success. Alright, very nice. Okay. So, let's do that again. And, let's see. That way we can take 2 equal pairs and wrap one in, or make one into max. Though that won't work because now it is going to be the second vote. Tell there, see it failed because we already voted on one. There we are. There we are. Okay. Now we're going to go and get some mechs. So we should have two now. Excellent. Okay. So again, what I did was I went onto the Maiar Exchange and figured out what they were using. See, so when I use a regular user's wallet, calling the smart contract on the Maiar Exchange, do an ESD transfer. The arguments were to take the wrapped egld ahead, take one full of it, swap token fixed input, and convert it to the MEX, and this was the value of whatever the MEX was at the time. This may change, so we may see some issues here with slippage. So that I pretty much again just brute forcing until I got something to work. So here you can see that I used the previous example to propose transfer execute to pretty much convert the tokens, and pretty much went ahead and just reverse engineered it again. So this was the actual one that works, so we're going to use that. Let's see. Energy call to the smart contract. Okay. Because this one is going to be the smart contract of the multisig, because the multisig has this function built in, propose async call, asynchronous call, and the argument's going to the smart contract of the Maiar Exchange. I extrapolated this when I was doing a test transaction on the Maiar Exchange, so I was able to see that there was a 0 in that space. This variable was the function called on a personal wallet. So since it's a nested, embedded, wrapped argument here, because before you can see in a personal wallet they just called the smart contract Maiar Exchange directly with the function being this, but now we have to nest this function within the arguments of the multisig smart contract itself, since because it's using this function slot for the multisig smart contract. So it's kind of funny when you have to like kind of piecemeal all this together. So Maiar Exchange smart contract, it's taking this argument, this much, such and such, and the value. Let's see if this works. Alright, so I sent it off. Let's vote on it. Think it's pretty confident it is 3. Okay. You can see that here. Yep. Got the signage, alright. Let's go ahead and try to perform the action. And there it goes. It's performed the action. Simultaneously, when the transaction, it took 1 egld and converted it to MEX. So there we are. Okay. Fantastic. Just gonna copy this. Using that as our approvers. More than likely it's going to be our 4th vote when we're done with this segment. So let's just put that there for now. Alright, so now, again, rinse and repeat. So again, I went on my personal wallet. The personal wallet actually is calling out to the meta chain, and this one was a weird one because it's like your wallet's calling itself back. It was kind of weird. So in this one, I had to kind of find out which ones are which, and this hex is actually this wallet. So we've been kind of seeing this interaction right here, right? So now we're taking that smart contract and pairing the 1 MEX with the amount of MEX that we got. Had liquidity of 1. So let's see. Once we got that, we kind of also want to get how much MEX was generated from that. One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, that's right. Excellent. So let's save that. So in this one, I was kind of fiddling around with the examples here, and I thought that for the multisig smart contract, the argument that would do would be a propose async call, but I think that didn't work. But what ended up working, I think, was the argument for multi ESDT NFT transfer. I think this is the one that worked. Or maybe I could be wrong here. Let's just see. Place the number. I'm gonna run with this one. Let's see. Whoops. Let's see if this works. Constructor. String around the LP personal, right? The max value. I think what I was doing was playing around and figuring out which contracts were calling what. I think this may have been it. It gets hard because in this one, it's like the contract was calling itself. Oh, see, I have. Because in the personal one, you have to call, you're doing a contract call against your own wallet. So I think that kind of messed me up here. So, let's see if that works. Let's go with this one first. Okay. And that's the fourth vote. Okay. 4 votes. Fingers crossed. Hmm. Looked like it didn't go. So, that one didn't work. So test 2 didn't work, that was a failure. Let's see, smart contract call. So that really looks like a personal one that I did. So, doing, let's try the propose ace. Well, they're both propose ace and call. Let's see if this works. Well, actually, I think I messed up here. tokens, exchange input max. Okay. D7BP. D7, yep. Let's try this one then. Okay, it's a 6 vote this time, so I messed it up. Doesn't look like it went. So we'll be doing a whole hodgepodge of stuff here. Yeah. Let me see. Huh. I'm going to leave these failures in here so that way you guys can kind of piece together. Okay. So looks like maybe I had it reversed. No. 0 multi-sig transfer 0. Yeah. I'm gonna put that there. 2 after the RD. 2, yeah. Grant equal 0x. Yeah. 1, net. 0x. Yeah. Had liquidity. I guess these two numbers at the end has something to do with it. Maybe that's slippage, who knows? Let's update the number though for the net. I think these two numbers have something to do in proportion to the slippage. Okay, propose call again. So this time I'm going to update this to the 7th vote. Okay, going through. Third time's a charm, I guess, huh? Fourth time now. Something. Let's see. Hmm. Very interesting. Did it signed it or an action, but did it go? Doesn't look like it went. Hmm. Not entirely sure why. Liquidity. I'm gonna add liquidity if we haven't even swapped the tokens. Hmm. That didn't work. I think this may be premature. Yeah, I'm not too entirely sure. Something's messed up here again, as always, right? So you can see how difficult it is actually to work on this blockchain. It's not directly intuitive. You can see all the struggles that I had to go through to bring this content to you. Max, not much, chain one, no liquidity. Maybe. Signature in. Send off the approval. Alright, I don't know what happened, but I guess that worked. Hmm. Alright, so now we have our LP. Alright, so now let's go ahead and stake it. So again, we have some examples. Structure for a personal example when I was on the Maiar Exchange, generating this to see what variables I had. And then I use this as a template. And I started piecemealing this again together. So, same contract call. And this is the Maiar Exchange contract. So, got the voters, get them in. So, calling our MSC. Okay, we're taking our egld max LP and entering the farm. So here's that number that I have to replace with how much I got here. Okay. Let's see if this works. Now, we came up on our 10. Well, channel issue code sending. Hmm. What? Did the internet go down? No. What is going on? right? It sees it. Function, contract call, arguments, I mean, it's there. Why isn't it working? Okay, request error for URL, devnet. Is it devnet or is it down? Fantastic. Did they just totally reboot the server on us? Wow. Wow. Just in that span of time, huh? Oh, well. Mm. Well, I don't know what else to say. It pretty much crapped out on us. I guess the devnet is down right now. Well, I've exhausted a lot of my brain power for today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stop the video right here. I'm gonna still post this video though. And I'll revisit this and we'll rerun it from scratch, but at least I'll get something up there. Um, for the most part, I think you can watch this just to see some of the struggles that you may go through when trying to work with this blockchain. But I mean, if I mean, where there's a situation like this, all you have to do is persevere and push on and overcome these struggles. Just solidifying our knowledge is a good way to look at it. But I really do hope you found this enjoyable. Hope you learned something from this, and I'll create another video. Hopefully, the devnet doesn't go down on us again. And I'll be speaking to you all soon. All right, thanks everyone. Bye bye.